Hello everyone, this is the Russian Prince with another Attila tournament match cast. This is the Fury of Barbarians 2 Attila tournament, a round of 32 match between Mince and Orgetorix. It is a best of 5, as usual. And in this first game we have Mince playing as the Huns and Orgetorix is the Eastern Roman Empire. Interesting matchup for sure. Let's see how the builds go, and as you can tell based on the loading screen, pretty interesting Roman army brought here by Orgetorix, but let me put it in slow motion in just a moment. Whoopsie daisies. There we go. Slow motion! And let's look at the Roman army. So we have a Palatina guard over here, that is the general, already in attacking Testudo, as you can see. Then for the other units, wow, it lags because of this massive blob. I believe we have a bunch of Menalotoi. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Menalotoi? 6? Yeah, 6 Menalotoi. And then we have some Eastern Arm Religio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 Eastern Arm Religio? Indeed. Then the Menalotoi, one of them has bronze 1, it seems. For the other units, well, let's see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 numeroi, indeed. And looks like they're... This is very interesting, this composition. Looks like they're all in this defensive Testudo. Very funny composition here, and we do have some spear units on the field too. Comitatensis spears. I believe we have 2 of them, is it? Indeed, 2 of them. And this is a very funny Eastern Roman Empire build. This is a box with no skirmishers, just pure infantry box. That is all it is. This is just awesome what Orgetorix is doing here. Let's just put it that way. This very small box with no skirmishers. I have never seen something like this before, but curious to see if it's actually gonna work. Anyway, now for Orgetorix, not Orgetorix, my bad. For Mince, who is the Huns, he has a Step Roller General, bronze 3 with Warcry. Then we see, let's see, 3 Noble Step Cataphracts on the left with 2 more on the right. Up front we have 4 of these Step Bows and a bunch of Oars. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Oar Warriors, and looks like a chosen Oar on each flank. So let's fast forward this, because my oh my, isn't this amazing? Tell me, isn't this amazing? We actually have a Projectoris Domestici as well in this blob with the Palatina guard. That is amazing. This general is never gonna die. This is a brilliant box. Literally all he does, I guess, is he has to, since he actually Mince is the attacker in the first game, so theoretically, like, Mince has to break this box. And he's never going to break this box, actually. But he's doing a very good job, actually, at destroying the Menalotoi. He's targeting them very nicely here, as you can see. He could actually come in much closer with the Step Bows and shoot the Menalotoi, I think. And just go full heavy shot, come in closer, and target the pikes. But already he's doing a nice job by targeting them. Very nice. So 1 Menalotoi over here is going to go down. This is the weak side of the Romans, because there's not going to be a pike unit over here, as this one is basically dead right now. It's down to 32. So basically that is the trick to beating this Roman army. Just destroy all the pikes. And then once you destroy all the pikes, with missiles, what you can do is you can just charge in and then use your superior swords, in this case War Warriors, who will just wreck all these infantry units of the Eastern Romans. Even the Projectoris Domestici taking a lot of damage here, actually. But the pikes need to get focused down, and these just... This is the problem with what the Huns are doing right now. they needed to have put up their archers like here. Actually, best would have been an archer here, an archer here, an archer here, and an archer here. And then you get perfect angling on some of the pikes. You can shoot at their rear, and that's going to do the most damage over here, over here. So basically you can shoot like this, you can shoot like this, then you can also shoot like this. Yeah, basically into this pike. And that's essentially what you have to do. Now the pike line has reformed though, and looks like there are enough pikes to cover all the angles, just barely. So here it's gonna be a problem for the Huns because they have used all the ammo on their step bows. I'm not sure if heavy shot was used. I hope it was used because it would have been far more effective with the ammo. And then we, again, just shooting from this distance and into probably the front of pikes was not the best idea. Had he done otherwise, had he been more conservative with his ammo, I mean, I'm fairly certain that he would have been able to kill many more pikes than this. He could have, I think he would have at least killed 2 full pike units. Maybe even 3, and at that point I think it would have been just over for the Eastern Romans if they don't have the pikes. Although it would be it would still take a long time to pierce through their army with the oars, but I mean having 7 oar warriors in total, I mean 5 regular and 2 chosens, should be able to do this. But here is a massive problem for the Huns. Now here come the oars in, right? But there's Menelotoi here on this side. So the chosens coming in here into pikes, wars coming here into pikes, wars coming here into pikes. So just engaging in front of the pikes all over the field. As you can see here, these guys are fighting pikes, these guys fighting pikes, these guys fighting pikes, these guys fighting pikes, and these guys over here all fighting pikes. And this is a terrible engagement for the Huns. Besides that, now as you can see, even sending in noble step cataphracts to their doom and into the pikes, so that's not a great idea. As you can see, like, I have a lot of these weird graphical glitches. I guess the game is just dying because there's too many units on the field and all the shadows flickering. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Ooh, as you can see, if I zoom in, this weird graphical glitch happens. This is pretty weird, so I have to be zoomed out in order to actually watch this properly. It depends on the angle, I guess. What if I zoom in like this? Nope. So anyway, like, let's stay and watch the game from here. As you can see, oars are just dying right now. And the cataphracts are not really doing much themselves. More units coming in for the Huns, but I mean, they're losing all of their oar warriors to the Menelotoi. The Menelotoi are just doing an insane job here, as you can see. And that's the thing, Menelotoi didn't die, so basically this means that Huns cannot pierce through. Very, very nicely done here by the Eastern Romans. And I mean, they don't really have to do anything, but this strategy is just brilliant. Very, very fun strategy to use, but I mean, the thing is that you can't really do anything when you don't have skirmishers. So I mean, he brought some skirmishers, but he didn't use them properly, and even if he did, may have still not been enough, but I think it would have if he used them properly. Yeah, essentially right now the Orgetorix doesn't even have to micro his troops, and it's a decisive victory. He just literally had to sit there since he was the defender, and he won the game with no skirmishers. He barely lost anything, and basically he only lost men to those skirmishers. That's it. Other than that, he barely lost anything. Let's look at the stats. This one 0 kills, obviously, because it was focused by the bows, and all the rest of the Menelotoi very efficient. Some of these normally do some kills. Numeroi getting some kills as well. Everything did very, very well here, as you can see. This was a very fun game. Oh, I actually took Comitatensis Spears. Did not notice that. But it's just a massive infantry spam. You can see 2,400 men deployed. I really, really like this. I like this strategy a lot by the Eastern Romans. It was very, very fun. But anyway, that is game 1, so let's go over to game number 2. This is game 2 of the match. And here we have Mince playing as the Ostrogoths, and Orgetorix is now the Alans. So I'll go over Orgetorix's build first is the Alans. Let's see. He has his Lani General with Brace. Then we have, looks like, 2 Noble Lani Cav on the right with 2 Noble Lani Cav on the left. And then we have another Noble Lani Cav in the center. Then it looks like we have a Germanic Hurler on each flank. And up front, 4. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Germanic Archers. Wow. Then on the right flank, a Sarmatian Warband with an elite Agathyrsi. On the left, a Sarmatian Warband with an elite Agathyrsi. Now for the Eastern, for the Ostrogoths. Well, here we go. So we have the Germanic Nobles General with Brace, and this is a bad move. Having Germanic Archers here, this is pretty bad. Because with this box, with this kind of box, you don't actually want skirmishers, I think. So that is the first mistake, bringing a Germanic Archer, I think. And then the next mistake, well, let's see. We have all these elite Ostrogothic bikes, which are very, very nice. That he's brought them as part of his box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elite Ostrogothic bikes. Very, very nice. Then what else do we have? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gothic Palatina Defectors. Very nice move to actually bring them, because let's see, they have Gothic Palatina Defectors. They have Attacking Testudo, so this is amazing for them. Once they use it, they'll help out a lot and they'll be very efficient. They won't really die to being focused and such. Well, let's see. Gothic Palatina Defectors. As you can see, lots more missile block chance, more entity mass, attack against infantry, and shield defense. So all of that is really, really awesome. So six elite Ostrogothic bikes, 6 Gothic Palatina Defectors. So far it looks good, besides that weird Germanic Archer. Then what else? Well, here we're gonna start having a problem. So I see Thracian Warriors. I don't really like that choice. I would have preferred Thracian Oathsworns instead, if anything, because Thracian Warriors, very poor missile block chance and 10 armor, and when you lose the skirmish edge, you're just gonna get focused by all these archers really, really nicely. Now, how many Gothic Warband? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 Gothic Warband, and I mean, it's not as bad of a choice as the Thracian Warriors, and that's because Gothic Warband, well, even though they're still susceptible to missiles, they're not as susceptible. Looks like we do have 2 Thracian Warriors in total, as you can see here. But as you can see, 10 armor for Thracian Warriors, and much, much, much worse missile block chance. So, bringing Thracian Warriors here, don't really agree with that choice, honestly. So 2 Gothic Warband, is it? No, 3 Gothic Warband, 2 Thracian Warriors. I would have liked to have taken out this Archer, and instead of the Thracian Warrior, get a Thracian Oathsworn or something. And maybe even replace some of the Gothic Warband with more Thracian Oathsworn. Or keep the Gothic Warband, whatever. Depends on how many funds he had left. But he would have at least been able to afford 1 Thracian Oathsworn. I think that would have improved his build a lot. But let's see how this match is going to play out. I think basically what the Alans have to do right now, turn off Fire at Will, go in from all the angles, focus these pikes, and once the pikes die, it will be really difficult for the Ostrogoths. I mean, just come in from all the angles, which looks like it could be something that's going to happen right now. But I need to start firing. Looks like he's gonna first target the archers, which, I mean, it's not a bad move, because the archers are gonna die very quickly. Even the hurler is coming in to target them. I mean, it's not a bad move at all. As you can see, this archer unit is not actually doing too bad for itself, because it's wasting a lot of the ammo here. And it's just going to die now, though. And as you can see, here is another weakness of the Ostrogoths general. This is a Germanic noble, right? So, as you can see, it can get focused pretty nicely. It doesn't have attacking Testudo or anything like that. He's down to 34 men. I mean, he has decent armor and decent health. The thing is, though, that he still doesn't have any Testudo abilities. So, if he gets focused, as he is now with heavy shot, he's just going to die. Like, just look at him dying very quickly, and all these units. Look at the Gothic Warband, look at all of the Thracian warriors in this blob dying. The general is dead for the Ostrogoths, so it's looking very bad for the Ostrogoths right now. Gothic Palatina defectors here getting focused, and everything here is starting to rout. Needs to start targeting other units though, and still so much ammo left on the Germanic archers who have got an insane amount of kills here, as you can see. Being very, very cost effective. Now I guess they just need to target the rear of the spike unit. Looks like that's what they're doing. No, they actually routed the Thracian warriors and probably could go targeting this spike or this spike from the rear. And then could also kill this Thracian warrior potentially. Because look at all these units, they're all wavering and their morale is so bad. Just look at the morale of all these units. This whole army could just chain route soon. But still, lots of ammo left on these, at least half ammo left on most of these Germanic archers, which really is enough to destroy everything here. As you can see, all of these units are routing off the field and shattering immediately. So this is not looking good at all for the Ostrogoths here. Look at everything just chain routing here. As you can see, now the Ostrogoths, as you can see, they're trying to push forward and do what they can to maybe change something, but at this point all these units have just, I guess he hasn't even used the Studo on the Gothic Palatina defectors. I don't know if he did, but he really needed to do it. But as you can see, just not enough units on the field for the Ostrogoths, and because of their low armor and an inability to use the Studo, this tactic did not work at all for them. As you can see, the Germanic archers just completely destroyed the blob, killed everything in it, including the general, and now these units are just going to get focused and killed. With Flaming Shot and Whistling Shot, this unit is going to just chain route very, very quickly. It's down to minus 22 morale, so that unit's going to be gone off the field. Let's zoom in for a little bit of close-up action, but I mean, as you can tell, the game is already pretty much over. This unit is routing off the field, and it is indeed game. So yet another funny game and another decisive victory here for Orgetorix, as the Allans didn't even need to use his Nobilani and barely even needed to engage his infantry units. As you can see here, the Hurlers, 270 kills, 221 kills. Now the Archers, 136, 113, 127, 167, 160. So definitely the Archers did the game here. And let's look at the Ostrogoths. Best unit, 35 kills. That is very unfortunate for them. Again, bringing Thracian warriors, I don't really agree with it. I mean, overall, this army is, I don't agree with it for box. I would have taken out this Germanic archer. I would have taken out these two Thracian warriors. And I like the 6 Gothic Palatina defectors. I like the 6 elite Ostrogothic pikes. But you need more testudo capable units, I think. And or at least much more armor and more health. But the Thracian warriors don't have that, and the Gothic warband don't have that. So that's definitely something you have to keep in mind. And the general of the Ostrogoths, the Germanic nobles, cannot possibly withstand missile fire. So if you box and if you go for a box without skirmishers, you will lose your Germanic nobles general, guaranteed to enemy skirmishers. But if you box with skirmishers, then it's still iffy as well, and you can't really make as good of a box if you have skirmishers. It's just hard to tell, really. I mean, I honestly, I don't think the Ostrogoths can make as good of a box as the Eastern Romans. I mean, they still definitely have some capable units to do that with Gothic Palatine defectors and elite Ostrogothic pikes, but it is difficult, honestly. But anyway, that is a game, and it is 2-0 for Orgetorix. Unfortunately, I don't have the replay of the second game, but anyway, I'm going to not the second game, but the third game, I mean. But Orgetorix also won the third game. I believe I do know the matchup, though. It is, yeah, let's see. It is Orgetorix as the Ostrogoths and Mince as the Vandals, indeed. So that was the third matchup, which Orgetorix also won. So 3-0 for Orgetorix. Very, very fun match, though, I have to say. Even though it was pretty quick and some very unorthodox strategies used here. It was very fun to see. Anyway, but I hope this doesn't become the meta. That would be weird. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.